Let's start at the beginning. How did you feel standing out there all by yourself?
It was a great gesture. I didn't love it, but it was a great gesture. The guys have gone above and beyond the last few days for me, so I never want to take away from, be a distraction to the game or anything like that, because obviously winning is the most important thing for us, especially right now. So, but that was special. The whole night was just special. Obviously, it was a little harder than I wanted it to be. I was grinding out there, working way too hard to get people out, but thankful that I made it through what I did and kept us in the game a little bit, and bullpen stepped up, and Shohei's homer, just incredible. Mookie's homer right after, just amazing. So I'm just very honored to be a part of this team tonight. It's just it was just really special.
What was going through your head when you realized that your night was done?
A little bit of relief, just because it was so hard tonight. I was battling, not throwing very many strikes, having a tough time, getting the ball where I wanted it to go. So, able to get that last one there and walk off the mound like that was really, really special. It definitely, there's no way I could try to soak it all in tonight. Like, it's just 18 years of memories. You can't just put into words in one night or feel all the feels that you can possibly feel. So, thankfully I was a little less emotional tonight than I was yesterday. I think yesterday was really hard, but today was more about the game, which I was thankful for, and I couldn't ask for anything more. Just a great night.
How much were you able to sort of go through everything like a normal start today, even though it is different from your other starts?
Yeah, no, I did everything normal. I really did. I did everything the same. I just think just everything just kind of expends your energy. I think just thinking about everything throughout the day, and you're trying to focus on the 9 guys you have to get out, but it's a special day. It's the last time here potentially, and this place has meant so much to me for so long, and I didn't want to not think about it. So I think just I'm kind of mentally exhausted today, honestly, but it's the best feeling in the world now. We got to win. We clinched a playoff berth. I got to stay on that mound one last time, and I just can't be more grateful.
Clayton, a lot of your former teammates were here. They were sitting in the first row wearing 22 jerseys. What did it mean to have them here to celebrate this?
Yeah, it's awesome. Just guys from every generation of Dodger that I got to play with, from Russell and Dre to Barnesy and J-Roll and Trace, and AJ was here, Pollock, and even Matthew came tonight. So just all facets of my life. I had family, friends, neighbors. Everybody from back home came too. So, and Ellen hasn't missed a start. I think the last 10 starts or something. She's been racking up miles since school started, trying to get everybody here to see these starts. So, I don't have enough gratitude and thanks and words. I think I just need to write it all down or something. I can't adequately express how thankful I am for tonight, this whole season, my whole career. It's just been, I'm just so thankful I've gotten to be a Dodger this long.
Seeing some of those guys that were here tonight, Clayton, that go way back, like the Dodgers win every year now, everybody knows that, but when you got here, they didn't. The times were harder. What does it mean to be the guy who's endured the whole time and come out on a successful end of it? Yeah,
I'm so grateful I got to be here that long, and we've had a lot of great teams throughout the years, and had a lot of great people come through those doors, and the Dodger culture has been established, long before me, and it'll be established long after I'm gone. That's the cruel thing about baseball, is that your career will just be gone in an instant, and the game keeps going. But that's also the beautiful thing about it too, is that this game doesn't need anybody, and so I'm so grateful I got to be a small part of Dodger history for as long as I've been here, and we've had some amazing groups along the way, and this one's pretty special this year. So I'm excited for what the next 5-6 weeks could look like.
It's like you gave a kiss to your family, and then it looked like you kind of stood at the top instead of taking it in a little bit? What was going through your mind before you walked out into the field for the first time tonight?
Yeah, I mean, that's the hardest part of any game, you know, just kind of gathering yourself right before the first pitch and kind of, you know, getting all the butterflies, nerves out. And so that's the hardest part of any game, and tonight was not any different. That was the hardest part for sure. But, you know, I think having my family there, and as Ellen calls it, her perch, you know, she's right up there with the kiddos, and her sister, her whole family, my father-in-law, best friends, just everybody that was here is just, I've said it before, but, you know, having things to celebrate is only as good as the people that you have to celebrate with, you know, so from teammates to family, it's just been a really special couple of days.
Like you pitched so many memorable games against the Giants, though your traditional rival, seemed almost appropriate this game against them.
Yeah, the Giants, we've had some great battles over the years, you know, I think, you know, Buster's still over there, you know, he's still there. So, you know, I whenever I think of the Giants, you know, Buster's kind of the first one, him and Bum, and, you know, I guess, you know, Lindsey and Kane, I think I've gone through all the guys that they've had over there. So, they got a great squad, and I have a lot of respect for them over the years. And, you know, it does feel appropriate that we face the Giants for sure. So I'm glad we won one more time.
When you've talked about the fans the last couple of days, you mentioned like the highs and the lows, and not always being a smooth ride, and kind of being there. Like when you're with one team and playing for one fan base for so long, and you go through all of that, like does it kind of add to what you feel on nights like tonight when they're serenading you like that?
Yeah, I think so. Serenading is a weird word, but yeah. I think yeah, it's almost like a relationship, right? You've been 18 years in this, you know, with them, and there's some great times, and then, you know, there's some times where, you know, you probably want to break up for a minute. So I think just having them behind me the way they have been has just been icing on the cake. It's been so amazing to have them here, and Dodger Stadium's a super special place, and the fans are the main reason why. You know, they continue to come out and support us and be here, and, you know, every night it's 50,000 people, and I just, like I said, I wish I had better words other than I'm just so honored and thankful to hear those ovations, and I'll never take that for granted.
Like, we're about to see, you got to throw Charlie pregame a lot, and you know, they've obviously taken this in. What's it meant that they get to see this, you know, new partners?
Yeah, I'm so glad that Callie and Charlie are definitely gonna like remember this. You know, they're my oldest, and you know, I don't remember a lot of stuff from when I was 4, 5, and 6. So now that they're, you know, 8 and 10, I feel like I've got some memories of that from when I was that age. So I'm thankful that they'll at least remember it. You know, Cooper and Chance, we're not so sure about. We'll see, but thankfully Ellen has a Rolodex of pictures to show them, and but this is a part of their lives. I mean, this is you know, every summer coming out here, flying weekends to see games, and I'm sure now they're going to go to more school than they want to go to. They've been getting out, you know, every Friday or so to come out here. So I don't know if they're super pumped about that, but it's also time. It's also time to be home and be with them. They've got so many things going on, and I'm excited to be there for all of it.
Have you done that? Are you ready to allow yourself to think about the playoffs at all?
Yeah, I mean, I got one more start in Seattle, and then, you know, our team is honestly stacked with pitching right now. You know, I think our rotation has been throwing the ball as good as the best in the league right now. You know, so I can do the math. And, you know, I know there's only so many spots, so I'm just going to continue to try and pitch well in Seattle, and then, you know, we'll see what happens. But either way, you know, we're going to try and win the World Series. So Andrew, Doc, all those guys are going to make the right decision to help us, and I'm ready and willing to do whatever I can to help.
What do you remember the most about tonight?
What do I remember the most?
Like if you go home, take a bed, close your eyes, what do you think you're going to remember?
Yeah, I think just being able to walk off the mound there. Yeah, I think that's probably what I remember the most. You know, I told Doc I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm keeping this ball, and you know, and be able to do that and, you know, look up, see my family, and see just the fans and, you know, the ovations and all that stuff. I think once you're out of the game, that's when you can start to like actually appreciate it a little bit more. So definitely just walking off the mound is special.
Did you appreciate he waited? He has like a feel for the moment. He just stood there at the third baseline, let all your teammates come in and hug you and Kike and move you, and then he came like 30 seconds later.
I didn't notice all that, but it was perfect. I wouldn't have, other than, yeah, I mean, I'd like to go 7 innings, but other than that, it was perfect.
Have you had the memories from the last 18 years popping into your head at all, or is that something you're kind of compartmentalizing until afterward?
No, not a ton. I mean, I think I just like just try to appreciate how long it's been, and Ellen's a little bit better about specific memories. You know, she talked about, you know, all the different things, and she's got a lot of she might have a better memory than me, honestly. But
Most wives do.
Yeah, so I think it's just I think for me it's just more of a collective thought than anything.
Like, there was a moment before the game, though, even before you were just kind of like sitting there in the grass. It seemed like you were just looking around.
I do that every game.
The cameras caught you like kind of emotional.
Man, you got good cameras.
Do you remember what was going through your mind in that?
Yeah, you know, I take a couple minutes just to sit and try to, you know, breathe and take it off, not take it in, just kind of focus a little bit, and obviously a little bit harder tonight, a little bit harder to do that, so, but in a good way,
A couple more, guys.
When you were out there, I noticed a lot of the fans were watching you and cheering for you when you were just out there on the lawn. Could you hear them?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, you don't ever get used to somebody cheering for you, and I wish there was like an appropriate response in every situation, but I wouldn't change it. Perfect night, it really was.
What do you think you'll do with that last out ball?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep it for sure. I think I've got a few different things that I've collected over the years, so I don't know what you really do other than look at it. So I'll just try to look at it somewhere at the house for sure.
That's two, because you got the All-Star game ball too, right?
I've got a few balls that I've kept over the years. Yeah.
Last one, guys.
Clayton, you talk about, you know, how special it is to have a strong relationship with your teammates. Is there a teammate who influenced you the most during your career?
I've had amazing teammates. I really have. I think to single anybody out would be just an injustice to everybody, because you're only as good as your teammates, and you know, having a bunch of wins is only because of the Dodgers and how good we are and the team we have. Like you see nights like tonight, you know, where we just pile on runs and get wins. So the performance perspective is one thing, and then the people. Ultimately, that's what you miss most. I think that's. I think anybody that's retired has told me that. Like the wins and losses, you don't necessarily remember as much as just the people. So the relationships, the time spent, the kind of the collective effort to do something hard together. All that stuff is just so impactful, so meaningful, and so I'm so grateful for so many teammates, and I need to write letters to all of them, but I don't think I will. But I'm going to try to get to as many of them as I can, and this group tonight is really special, and you know, it starts with every single one of them. Honestly, it's really special.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.